massive winter storm has brought historic snowfall to parts of the South. I'm Scripps News' Andrew Rafferty in Washington, and you're watching Morning Rush. Incredible images coming out of that region at this hour. Places like Texas, which have gotten half a foot of snow. Louisiana, which has recorded 10.5 inches of snow in some parts. Even Alabama, where snowfall has topped 5 inches. But there's probably no state more shocked or perhaps delighted by this, more so than Florida, where any amount of snow is rare. So the 12 inches of snow reported in areas like Pensacola are a cause for celebration.
Just so you guys can see, this is the back of my car. Can make us a nice little snowball one-handed. Look at all that snow, folks. My first snowball!
And take a live look right now at Panama City, Florida. This is via EarthCam. In Pensacola, that's not sand covering those beaches. It's actually snow, a first for many. Joining us live this morning from Tallahassee is our Scripps News Florida Capitol reporter, Forrest Saunders. And Forrest, I know you're from Iowa, so maybe all these images aren't quite as novel, but I imagine that a lot of people in your neck of the woods are really amazed by what they're seeing.
Yeah, Raph. Welcome to Detroit. No, wait. No, wait, this can't be right. That's the capital. No, this is Tallahassee in a historic, once-in-a-lifetime snowstorm, and everything is just coated with ice. So I'm going to be very careful walking because literally everything is looking a lot like an ice rink right now. I want to show you just how caked in ice things are. Look at this poor palm over here. My guy, I'm so sorry for you. I hope you make it. But look at this. Look at these branches. They're just frosted, right? I mean, I honestly don't know if plants like this are going to be able to handle this kind of ice because this is devastating for vegetation up here. We had a freeze a couple of years ago that killed a whole bunch of palms because they just couldn't handle the temperatures, let alone that. Now, the other part of this equation of, well, what I would call winter horror. I'm from Iowa, sure, but I moved down here to get away from this crap. Unfortunately, it followed me. Look at the roads here. All this sleet that's been accumulating here in Tallahassee over the last 12 hours or so is now just a sheet of ice on the roads. This is a state that's not equipped to handle this stuff. Any of you folks watching in Atlanta probably know what I'm talking about. It can be really, really tough for these southern states to handle this because they don't have the infrastructure built up to handle ice and snow, right? The state of Florida, the entire state, has 11 plows. I'm shocked they have any. But 11 plows. That's basically a municipal garage back up where I'm from. So what they did was they prioritized the main roads that most people travel. So we're talking about interstates, I-75, I-10. They did some de-icing. They had about 120 different vehicles that were putting down some treatment before the snowstorm in hopes that they were going to avoid a lot of this ice that's built up. But they didn't do it in communities like Tallahassee. In fact, Tallahassee is recommending nobody travel. I don't mean to shame you guys. These guys should not be out. The city says it's too dangerous, and you can see why. This is a hilly area, and getting up the hill has already been trouble for some of these people who had to get towed out at the top of this little hill here at Appalachian Parkway. Instead, the city is doing what it can to put down some sand to try and give people traction on these roads, because that's all they can do, right? Until we get warmer temperatures, which hopefully are on the way. We should see like 40s today here in Tallahassee, and you can already see some of the ice is dripping, which is a good sign that maybe this stuff will dissipate, hopefully by midday, but given how thick it is, probably not. In fact, I heard some of the early reports are that we smashed our snowfall record here in the Sunshine State. It was like 4 inches back in the mid-1950s. Some areas are reporting 8 inches of snow, 10 inches of snow, maybe more. We haven't gotten the official National Weather Service total yet, but again, smashing that record, which is unreal. Right now, I'm just reevaluating my life choices. I thought I was not going to have to deal with this again, but here we are. People are being as safe as they can be. I have seen people out and about. Of course, you still have this traffic, but most people are heeding the warnings. A lot of people just want to see this snow for the first time in their lives. We've talked to people who came from as far up as South Florida. Take a listen.
We came from all the way from Miami just to see the snow.
All the way from Miami?
Miami, Florida.
So when did you drive up?
We left yesterday, sometime around 1.
Yeah, we drove 7.5 hours to get
7.5 hours to get here.
Why did you want to, what was so important?
Never seen snow. I'm a Floridian. This is our first time here in Tallahassee, and we get to see the snow.
And that warms my heart. Not a lot warming me right now, but that does. Because, again, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for a lot of people, especially folks down in South Florida. They're still walking around in flip-flops right now while we are freezing up here. But, again, they're doing this because they might not ever see it again. And it's a good opportunity for some people to get out and experience this stuff, because you should have snow at least once in your life. You gotta feel it at least once, Raph.
Hey, I'm from Buffalo, so you're preaching to the choir. I'm glad to see you're embracing it. There's not that much farther south that you can go physically right now, so glad to see that you've found your winter jacket for its maybe yearly use. I don't know. All right, Forrest Saunders from the Florida capital for us in Tallahassee, Florida. Stay warm, Forrest. Thank you.